Hello students, welcome to the EVS online class. We are continuing with chapter 2, that is air. In the previous class we have learned about the different layer of atmosphere. Today we will learn about the role of atmosphere, that means the importance of atmosphere. Atmosphere is a very important part of our physical environment. Some of the importance of the atmosphere are: it provides the necessary gases for living things to survive. Children, all of you know that during our respiration we take oxygen gas. This oxygen gas we get from the atmosphere. In the same way, during the process of photosynthesis, the green plants require carbon dioxide gas, which they get from the atmosphere. So we can say that atmosphere provides the necessary gases for living things. Besides this, atmosphere regulates the heat from the sun to adjust the right temperature for life on earth. Atmosphere plays an important role in the water cycle. The ozone layer present in atmosphere protects the earth from the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Atmosphere protects the earth from small meteors. When the meteors are coming down, at that time, due to the friction of these meteors with the layer of atmosphere, the meteor totally burns. As a result, it is not be able to hit with the earth's surface. So in that way, the atmosphere protects the earth from small meteors. Now we will discuss about that how does the atmosphere protect life on earth. In the atmosphere, the ozone layer is present. This ozone layer absorbs harmful ultraviolet radiation. The atmosphere checks many harmful cosmic radiation and does not allow those radiations to reach to the earth's surface. One of those radiation is the ultraviolet radiation. If reached to earth's surface, the ultraviolet radiations can produce following harmful effects: cataract in eyes of human beings and animals, skin cancer, hereditary diseases, death of fishes and sea animals, damage and death of plants. So these are the harmful effects of the UV radiation. Unfortunate rise in the chlorofluorocarbons or chlorofluoromethanes in the atmosphere is causing depletion in the stratospheric ozone belt, which checks UV radiation against coming to the earth's surface. The chlorofluorocarbons are rising in the atmosphere due to their uses as refrigerators and as propellants in aerosol dispensers. Atmospheric stabilizes weather and climate condition also. Beside these ozone layers, atmosphere also play a greenhouse effect. Now we will discuss about this greenhouse effect. This greenhouse effect helps to maintain an average global temperature that can sustain life and liquid water. The question may come in your mind that how the greenhouse helps to maintain an average temperature. Actually, the gases in the atmosphere like carbon dioxide, water vapor absorb and re-radiate thermal energy. Carbon dioxide and other atmospheric gases trap heat energy and maintain Earth's temperature range. These gases function like the glass windows of a greenhouse. Therefore, the trapping of heat by gases in the atmosphere is called the greenhouse effect. This atmosphere acts as a blanket for the earth. The blanket of atmosphere is made of different gases. Some of those gases like carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide and methane have capacity of trapping heat emitted from the earth's surface. They do not allow that heat to escape into the space. Thus, they keep the earth warm in a very natural way. Without this natural warming, the climate of the earth may become cooler by about 33 Celsius degrees. That climate will be too cold for most living organisms to survive. Thus, atmosphere acts like a blanket for the earth. Now we will discuss about that how atmosphere maintains humidity. So first for that we have to learn about what is humidity. The invisible amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere is known as humidity. Humidity is expressed in gram per meter cube of air. The humidity of atmosphere changes from place to place and from time to time due to following reasons. Different places have different amounts of water on land surfaces or in soils. Secondly, different places experience different degrees of temperature. For example, a place at high altitude on earth has less temperature than a place at sea level. Trees and hill slopes also reduce temperature of a place very much. The humidity of air rises up due to fast rates of evaporation and transpiration. I think all of you can remember the definition of evaporation and transpiration what you have learned in the first chapter. Evaporation means the transfer of water into water vapor, and transpiration is the process where from the living organisms like plant the water converts into water vapor. The movement of air and its temperature control the process of evaporation and transpiration. Thus, we can say that atmosphere maintains humidity. The maintenance of humidity is important because humidity of atmosphere is related to the formation of clouds and incidence of rainfall. Besides this, humidity regulates loss of heat from the earth, and it also helps to cools to cool bodies of animals. Now we will discuss about how atmosphere maintains temperature. The composition of atmosphere determines the temperature of Earth's surface. 30% of all radiations reaching to the earth is reflected back into the space by atmosphere. Clouds, atmospheric dust, atmospheric gases, snow, barren land reflect solar radiations and disperse them into the atmosphere. Thus, atmosphere helps in maintaining a balance between the amount of heat reaching to earth and the amount of heat returned back to space. This is called as heat balance. Thus, atmosphere maintains temperature on earth. The atmosphere maintains a heat balance on earth. This is the reason why the average temperature of the earth remains steady. We know that different places on earth experience different temperature. As a result, air at certain places becomes denser, whereas it becomes rare at other places. This further results into differences in air pressure at those places. These differences leads to movement of air. Moving air or wind transports temperature and humidity from one place to the other. Thus, atmosphere maintains humidity and temperature. Formation of land breeze and sea breeze is a good example of maintenance of temperature by atmosphere. Now we will discuss about sea breeze and land breeze. Children, first observe the upper picture. Here you please note that the movement of the smoke which is coming out from the house, it is moving towards the left side, that means towards the land part. Again, if you see the sail of the boat, it is also moving, uh, moving towards the left side, that means towards the land. So from this you can understand that is the air is moving from the sea towards the land. Okay, these incidents takes place during the daytime because you can see the sun here. Okay, so during the daytime when the wind is moving from the sea to the land, then it is known as the sea breeze. Again, if you see the down picture, this picture, then just please observe the pattern of the smoke, to which direction it is moving. It is moving towards the sea. Again, if you see the sail of the boat, that also you can see that it is moving towards the right direction, that means towards the sea part, it means this portions. Okay, so from this picture you can understand that is the air is moving from the land portion towards the sea portions. Okay, and this happens during the night time because here you can see the moon in the sky. Okay, so when during the night time when the wind is moving from the land towards the sea, it is known as the land breeze. Now we will discuss about the reason of this land breeze and the sea breeze. This land breeze blows during the night from land to sea, and the land becomes cooler faster than the sea. As the sea is at the time is more warm, so the air above the sea is warm and it rises up, so the air becomes less dense and it rises. As a result, above the sea the air pressure falls, so due to that the cooler air from the land where the air pressure is high, from that part the air moves from the, that means from the land, the air from the land it moves towards the sea. Okay, to take the to make the balance in the pressure. Okay, so that means in that way land breeze occur. So you can understand that is the land breeze blows during the night time. During the daytime sea breeze blows. At that time the land heats up faster than the sea, so the air on land becomes warmer and it rises, so here the air becomes less and the air pressure is less in the land region. At that time the cooler air over the sea, which is denser, flows into towards the land part and take the place of the warm air, causing the sea breeze. So children, I think you can now understand what is the reason of land breeze and sea breeze. Now it is the time to give your homework. As homework you have to write two questions. Write the answers of two questions. The first question is, what do you mean by sea breeze and land breeze? Explain with diagram. So children, you have to write about the sea breeze and land breeze. And for the diagram you have to draw figure 2.4 from your book, which is given in page number 19. Our second question is, mention any 3 harmful effects of ultraviolet rays. Children, today I have explained many harmful effects of ultraviolet rays. You have to write any 3 of them. So children, today this much. We will meet in the next class. Thank you all.